Introduction. The Early Years Learning Framework gives educators a guideline for creating inclusive, respectful to culture, and meaningful learning experience for children. It emphasizes how important it is to acknowledge diversity as well as individual strengths while nurturing children's sense of belonging, being, and becoming. Two planned learning experiences created using the EYLF planning cycles are presented in this assignment. The first activity for STEAM is based on water play, floating and sinking, while the second one focused on music and dance, putting the light on rhythm through prescription and bilingual songs. For both activities, I have chosen two different specific age groups linked in the ELYF learning outcomes and principles and use intentional teaching and documentation strategy to make the learning vibes. The first activity one is team floating and sinking water play. For the age group 4 to 5 years old, I have planned this activity to support STEAM. This is an outdoor activity where children will experience the floating and sinking process of various objects according to their weight. The activity helps children to encourage experiment and reflection. Learning objectives of this is children explore the characteristics of things floating in the water. Children investigate, test, result, making prediction and engage with the findings. Children explain what they observe with verbal description. Children collaborate in a respectful way, sharing ideas and opportunities, connecting them to the EYLF outcomes, principle, and practices. We can connect it with the outcome too. Children connect and contribute to their world by exploring natural materials as children and being able to explore the experiment. Also with outcomes 4, children are confident and involved learners who investigate and solve the problem. It also connects with the EYLF principles of high expectation and equity, respect for diversity, as well as practice with play-based learning, intentional teaching, assessment for learning, and responsive to children. For the resource, we will be placing a water tub on the ground and filling it fully. We will be placing varieties of toys which is in both lightweight and heavyweight. For example, toys like blocks, wooden train track, spoon, bottle caps. We also need a chart note the result for sinking and floating object and the towel for water spill. Observation. Children will be sitting around the water tub making a circle and I'll be playing with the water and toys. They will see some objects floating on the surface of water while some are sinking on the bottom of water. Children might be surprised, ask questions and find their answer through predictions. Focusing on this activity, the chart will be used to record their expression and prediction. Teaching strategies. I might be using open-ended questions, making the experiment more fun, asking children why might the plastic blocks is floating and the spoon is sinking. I will be using turn-taking methods to make sure that every child is included and heard, encouraging children to ask more questions if they have one or any. Also, I'll be taking about the importance of collaboration and group work during the activity. Assessment and documentation. I will be taking photos of children's expression and the testing objects, also recording children's comments and thinking, making the note of children's prediction and reflection and findings, the difference of it with actual record. Linking to theory. Piaget believed that young children learn best when they can touch, play, and try things out for themselves. At this age, they are in the pre-operational stage, which means they are still learning how to think through problems. When they play with real objects, like testing if things float or sink, it helps them understand cause and effect. What happens when they do something. Podkisi explained that children learn more when they work together with others. If an adult or another child shows them or give them a little help, their support called scaffolding allows children to learn something new they couldn't do on their own. This is what they call zone of proximal development, the space between what a child can already do and what they can achieve with guidance. Respect for diversity. In this activity, it is important that all the children feel welcome and supported. English, I use accents, pictures, and pair them with a buddy so that they can join in easily. If some children do not like touching water, they can use dry containers to test objects. Instead, I will connect the activity to their own culture, such as talking about rivers or boats from their home countries. Most of all, I will make sure every child's ideas are heard and valued, so the learning space feels safe and inclusive for everyone. My second activity is music, rhythm with drums and body percussion. For the age group of 4 to 5 years old, I have planned this activity to support music. This is an outdoor activity where children will explore rhythm and beats using different instruments and the body movements. This activity helps children to learn the values of multilingualism and cultural inclusion. Learning objectives. Children acknowledge will get knowledge about different rhythms and beats with the help of like using different instruments and body movements. Children will use music and body percussion as a way to express their creativity. Children will be engaged with bilingual songs, which will help them to develop understand for culture. Children will enhance their awareness of different cultures, connecting them to the EYLF outcomes principle and practice. We can connect it with outcome 1. Children build a sense of confidence by expressing their own creative activities. Also with outcome 3, children will develop positive well-being with joyful music as well as movement experience. It also connects with the EYLF principles of valuing diversity and building a strong relationship with families, embracing culture, inclusivity, working together as well as supporting whole child. Resource. For the resource, we will use musical instrument, which includes hand drums and sakers. It will also include some rhythms cards with action with clapping, storming, and tapping to encourage participation. Songs in different languages, including children's home language such as my own Nepalese version of Old MacDonald, will help promote language diversity among them. Observation. Children will sit together in a circle on the floor to help create a friendly space where they will be able to engage with each other while taking part in activities. Musical instrument will like hand drums or sakers will be arranged in the center of the circle so it's easy for them to use when required. Moreover, rhythm cards will be placed in the middle to provide an easy follow visual guide for the session. Teaching strategies. I will demonstrate simple patterns of rhythm and ask children to repeat them. I'll ask them to try to make their own rhythm patterns. It will be encouraging for them to work together by taking turns and playing music as a team. I will ask each children for their bilingual songs so that I can include them to celebrate and respect their culture backgrounds. Assessment and documentation. I will be taking some videos clips to capture their participation in the activities, taking observational notes to record their engagement and ability to work with others during the activities. Link to theory. Paget believed that children musical learning is very important for cognitive development. As children grow, music activities can be more analytical. Music learning should be planned based on age so that it can be support for both cognitive as well as creative growth. Play-based learning says how music is creative form of a play for children, which also supports for emotional, social, as well as cognitive development. Playful music is an experience which helps children gain confidence and they can express their ideas. Whereas Vygotsky explains importance of social interactions. Children will be able to develop more skills and ideas when they work in peers. Music experience will help children to progress within their zone of proximal development. Respect for diversity. In this activity, it is important that all the children feel welcome and supported. For those children who are shy, I will pair them with a small group of teams so that they will be comfortable. I will allow children to join with or without instruments. I will try to represent their culture and linguistic background through songs. Thank you.